Yeah, they were like kind of like holiday themed. Yeah. Gotta be comfy. Gotta be comfy. Absolutely. We got Uber Eats, or Favor. I don't know if you got Favor in your region. We'll start sending out beers to everybody. Yeah, I'm a married man. I'm spoken for. I'm sorry. Okay, now, okay, the options account is green. All right, thank God for that. Now, can we make the futures account green? See, now I've got that task on me. I think we can. Put the reject off up here. This is the resistance zone that we hit. See what chips are doing. Oh wow, OpenAI had a nice rip. Got some tickers making some nice moves. Man, look at that move on Nvidia. That's that push right there. That's what gave us that rocket ship up to the upside. Beautiful. That was a sick trade. It looks like Nvidia might or AMD might come back in. Gold catching a bid. Maybe we'll see gold starting to move here towards the latter half of the day. We are an hour away from power hour, team. What a rough morning session. Super choppy in the morning session. Finally, retested or below and then broke out. Steve was absolutely right when he was mentioning the 15-minute. It was much more evident on the 15-minute than the lower time frames. The lower time frames didn't give that, because I for sure got faked out on this nasty rejection right here. I took a beating on that one right there. But I knew something was suppressing us. Like it didn't seem right. ES has a nice bull flag here that's formed on the 9. We'll see if we hold this. Yes, that is correct. Yeah, that's been circulating here the last, 20, 30 minutes. That's why the chip sector is so weak. It's also the other reason I went over to the SPY and I picked up SPY calls instead. I mentioned that earlier that the S&P was much smoother today. It wasn't as wicky. It wasn't as volatile. And the wickiness of it is what's going to stop you out, because otherwise you're going to have these huge stops. And then you run into the problem that if it does stop you out because of your stop being so wide, you're going to have a nasty loss on it. Oh man, chips are giving it up. Chips are giving it up already. Man, that was fast. Party's over. I think we got a little bit of a trend line here that we bounced off of. Sheesh. Cheese and rice. That's disgusting. That's a disgusting move on NASDAQ. It's gross on the MD. Let's take a look at gold, see what gold is doing. Yes, it's somewhat holding his bull flag. Advanced Money Destroyer. Dun dun dun. I like it. I like it, Judge. Hmm. Pre-market. Now it's Well, S&P is green 0.25%. NASDAQ down 0.18%, almost green for the day. Gold flat. Crude oil up 1.6. Silver up 1.2%. The Dow up 1%. And the Russell barely green 1.5%. Looks like small caps aren't doing it today. I was just wondering, we'll get another move now. You know, we had such a massive move in the after hours session, you know, significantly oversold. You know, now in the morning, you know, mid-afternoon coming out of New York lunch, you know, got a rip. Well, the start of New York lunch really is when the rip happened, you know. Still holding. You can see that trend line I drew right there on the one. Okay, maybe not the 15 minute. Okay, I guess we're not going to get the 15 minute then on the chart. Negatory, no 15 minute for you. Now, what did I do to trading you? Well, it looks like I'm not going to get a 15 minute on my chart. that's yeah, I guess they're not going to give me a 15 minute. Well, no trading the 15 today, I guess. Let's take a look at the daily here on NASDAQ. I'm pushing off the prior day. The hourly. Sorry, it's pretty messy. Oh, I guess I'm not getting the hourly either. Oh, look at the 120. 120 looks good. Oh. He dipped into that orb here on the third. And could just be a slow grind here. Still holding the bull flag here on ES. Take a look at the Dixie. Market just consolidating here. Set the top side of that bull flag. See if we get this next leg up. Is anybody still long for the day off that break? I think Mr. Positive was, Mr. Positive, did you flip to long? I mean, let's see if he's in here. He should be getting here. Yep, he sure is. No? You got stopped out on the short, I would assume. Yeah. I know it is. I know exactly what it is. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. This is not it. It's right here. All right, MJ. Why the name change? I liked MJ. I just shorted gold again. Let's go. Are you going for a scalp, or you're just are you trying to go for the low on gold? I could see a scalp, but the EMAs are starting to roll over on the 9. That's weird. I don't even have like connectivity issues. At least it's not telling me on trading view. Yeah, I can't bring them to 3. The after hours is gonna be interesting. You know, we get a vote and they reopen the government. And it doesn't look like it wants to help us at all. Let's see open. Wow. That's sheesh. I was looking at open door this morning. I just don't trade it enough to, really understand its movements yet. Took a look at Big Bear AI. I think this is a sell on the day, right? Big Bear has been a sell since the opening of the session. I do like open though. Woo! For that upside. Excuse me. Sorry about that, team. All right, let's take a look at the heat map. Oh, you can see chips. Chips are doing it to us. They ain't helping. Meta red, Oracle red, PLTR, Tesla red. Banking, healthcare, consumer non-durables, other segments of the market. But then again, that's why you can see that the ES is a lot stronger on the day session. I'm sure Coach Matt will have some feedback to say about how clean the trend has been for that today. Whoa. Market is trying. Cool. Yeah, fluent. Doing better. Doing better. Not as stressed out as I was this morning, thank God. the recovery of the century has happened in my cash account, thank God. It was touch and go, man. It was touch and go. But you know, that's just the market. You got to have money to make money, and you got to have ammunition, Luckily, I have some ammunition and dipped in. Went into the treasury. That's right. Scared money don't make money. The market is not for the scared. May not be happy sometimes, but oh, this is nice. I think that's what I need right there. That's exactly what I need right there. I think I'm gonna need to get myself an articulating arm with a boom stand for my mic. I don't like the way it sounds. I feel like I'm too far. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. We're not out of the woods yet. My futures account is down though. I'm just taking my time though. I'm like, I wish I would have taken the long one I took it in my options account. But one thing at a time. Yeah, I'm down 1.7K in my main futures account right now. Fairly upset with myself about it. I can't say that I made stupid mistakes myself. What I more so did is, I kept pushing, trying to catch a pivot and trying to catch the trend, because I even went on the short side, hit the buy, and I meant to hit sell button. Yeah. And that's the worst, you hit the opposite side and it's like, boom, you're like instantly red on the trade and you're like, oh my God. Now 5K, that's a pretty big drawdown on that. You're lucky you got an account that can handle that kind of drawdown. Was that gold short for Mr. Positive working? Kind of struggling there. Yeah, see now the EMAs are rolling over to the upside. You might see gold actually start moving more to the upside. Maybe it'll get up to the 200. Looks like it here on the 9-minute. Maybe you'll get the pullback into the 26 and we'll offer an entry there for the long. Hopefully you can squeeze some profit out of that, Mr. Positive.
Guess who forgot to reincarnate on time?
And she just looks like it wants to continue moving to the upside. Let's get on.
Are you stuck in the eternal loop of one day I'll be who I'm meant to be? Well, not anymore, friend. Introducing Now You, the revolutionary life hack they don't want you to know about. With Now You don't have to wait for the stars to align, your chakras to open, or Mercury to stop retrograding. You can be who you want to be, right? Flipping now. Just 4 easy payments of $9.99. That's right, less than the price of a crystal that sits on your desk and does nothing. No shipping, no handling, no sense of linear time. Order now and we'll throw in a bonus instant access to the present moment absolutely free. But wait, if you call in the next 30 seconds or whenever you feel like it, because time is a lie, we'll double your order. That's right, you'll get 2 versions of you for the price of 1. So why wait? Stop becoming and start being. Call 1-800-NOW-YOU. That's 1-800-NOW-YOU. Extra U for unlimited potential. Now you. Because the future is overrated and honestly kind of rude.
Oh, that was on Bitcoin? Nasty. Yeah. Sounds like it, bro. Congrats on getting back to break even. And she looking weak. And she looks like it wants to roll over. Same spot where gold dropped this morning. What to see? Market's still holding up well. Wonder if we can go for that high on NQ, overnight high, sitting at 25,768. Steve mentioned we were gonna have a new all-time high for the day. You guys know me, I'm a perma bull. I'm here for it. Wake the blue guy up. He got me sleeping on the job. Yeah, since Fluent mentioned it, how is the rest of the team? RQ, Lewis, Lamonis, how are you guys doing in y'all's trades today? LP, even Joshua, how about you guys? Green, hopefully not red with me. Only short NQ and QQQ. Right on. One funded red 2200. Yeah, NQ does look weak, but tech is look weak all day. I've been selling since Monday's high. I think he's starting to dip now. Looks like NASDAQ wants to break under the 9, under the 26 and the 9. They're starting to converge on this on the lower time frames. You can see right here. We are also testing the orb high. You know, it should offer us some support for a bounce, but we'll see. Oh, looks like NQ might sell. Bitcoin is still dumping. 103. Take a look at gold. Gold bouncing still. Looks like it is going to make an attempt at that 200 EMA now. And NASDAQ now selling. It could give us that pullback into power hour. You know, we pull back in to the 200. You're on NQ. It'll bring us into like 25,600-ish. Although, I mean, we got to get under the orb, you know, so you're, I don't know. I give up on gold today. Yeah. Well, look at that. Making that attempt at the 200 now. The gold's setting up to rip to the upside. Not the market though. Market is looking kind of dumpish.
Hey guys.
Hey Becky, how's it going? Welcome to the stage.
Thank you. It's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, the market does seem to have lost momentum, man.
Yeah, some really interesting moves here in the latter half of the session. Overnight was fairly rough, and looks like the afternoon session has presented a better trend.
Yeah, it slid down overnight for sure on the markets. And the long move today was good. Oh yeah, gold did pop up in the last hour. Nice. Happy Veterans Day.
Yeah, thank you. Correct. Happy Veterans Day to all our listeners.
Yeah. We had good volatility today. I wasn't sure if it would be less on Veterans Day or not. I couldn't remember from last year. So this was like, gave us a decent move for a soft holiday in the market anyway.
You're absolutely right. I wasn't expecting it to be, as strong as it is, but definitely a strong session.
Daily candle so far on the major indices looks bullish. We have about
Mm-hmm.
an hour left. If anyone follows crude oil, but it's interesting. They made a little bit of a high today.
Really?
I'm trying to hold. Interesting. Hot part of the session earlier with Steven. That was really good.
Definitely.
That's cool that Blue Sky does things like that.
Yeah, I definitely like having more of the coaches around. I'd really enjoy it if we could probably collab through the day together as opposed to be separate. I thought that would be, kind of fun as us, all be in the same chat, because we all have different perspectives or different specialties. Like Steve loves ES, I like NASDAQ. Coach Matt loves gold. I believe you prefer the ES as well, correct?
Correct. Yeah. But I also follow YM, so
There you go.
variety.
A lot of professional traders love the YM because it is so much cleaner.
Yeah, I traded it exclusively for over a year in the last couple of years, and it moves interestingly. Sometimes it moves smoother. Yeah, depends.
Well, you don't get as much volatility like you do in NASDAQ.
Yeah, correct.
And that's probably where the biggest advantage comes, because then you don't have to worry about these, exaggerated moves like we get in NASDAQ,
Yeah, that's different energy, which is nice. Yeah. It's cool we have so many options, like the same general trade plan works in a lot of different ways. You just have to learn your instrument and the tendencies and the risk tolerance you have to trade it, and a lot of the same skills transfer over to different instruments for sure.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy, how we all can all have our own instruments and strategies, and more often than not, we always kind of meet in the middle and come to some sort of agreement.
Right. Good conversation. Good read.
Mm-hmm.
Power of having a community. True.
Exactly.
He was right up where there was sellers, got right up to where the sellers were yesterday, and was holding there.
I see that. This is gonna be an interesting after-hour session to see what we do if we consolidate. We get the vote. What is that? Well, are we gonna rip or dip?
I know today's strong bullish was a good sign for momentum up, but it really kind of happened out here, a similar location as yesterday. So, any game can play. It'll be definitely interesting to see what happens during the last hour today. If we can get a clue. You trade after hours much, Riz?
I do. I usually start at the Sydney Open. That's my preferred time. So right at the Sydney Open, I like to catch the pivot when the market usually does something right around there.
Okay. Cool.
We usually get a directional move at that point. So I try to capitalize on that and just stay in it as long as I can. Sometimes it works. More often than not, it works.
Mm-hmm. There's opportunity all over the place.
Absolutely.
Today's my psychology class after market closes, so stick around, guys.
That'd be good.
Yeah. My kids are home today for no school on Veterans Day, so they're excited. They get a movie afternoon.
I'm sure.
Kid happy place. You've inspired me, Riz, to get more into my options again, and I had a nice call on SPY this morning. It's good.
Oh, I got one for you. Here, I'll drop it in
Yeah?
chat. Yeah.
Show
Ended
me,
up-
inspire me.
Ended up getting a little over 500% on my call this morning. So I picked up the SPY 682s, picked them up for 18 cents, and I sold them for $1.14.
Nice. Beautiful.
Yeah, that I needed that. I needed that big time. So even deposited money to pull myself out of the red.
Well, you were right in the direction. That's what you need in options.
Yeah.
In the direction. Nice. Congrats.
Thank you. Here's a little freebie for any vet. The ChatGPT is offering vets free AI. So if you're a vet, you don't have to pay for it or anything. It's a year, so it's not an affiliate link. It's just a freebie for any vets in chat that, want to take advantage of, AI.
That's very cool that they're doing that.
Right?
Right. I love that. Trying to see if my husband wants to go out tonight, because we don't do a lot for the Veterans Day, but my husband is a Marine, and every once in a while we'll do some things of different offerings that they have. And go out tonight.
Yeah, there's a ton of freebies for vets today. In and Out giving free burgers to vets. What else? Who else? I had a list that I got sent from one of my buddies. I got a couple of buddies that they get on all that, be like everywhere. Mapping out response. Take advantage of it when we can, right? We don't get much.
Yeah, today's the day.
Yeah.
My husband's not good about taking advantage either. I'm like, babe, like, they're for a reason, like you did an important thing. Yeah. Good to show the kids too, like.
Definitely. Wow.
I don't know any of the vets in here, if any of you are Marines, but yesterday was also the Marines' 250th anniversary. So I'm like, that's so many years. That was impressive. A long time. Birthday, my anniversary.
Mm-hmm. Find it. I had it here early. Okay.
Yes, it's trying to break the high day. Move it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. We're a phenomenal power hour. Let's see. Steven did say he was looking for all-time highs. And welcome, Coach Matt, to the party.
What's up, team?
Hey.
We're going to get 6,900 here on the ES.
You can only hope, Coach.
Listen. We got 6960 last night or yesterday. We broke out to 6960. I'm positioned for 6,900. Let's get it.
If you got the fire, I got the marshmallows.
I like it. I like it. I like it a lot.
I know, right? It's that time. 12:03. Well, Pacific Coast.
Rivian at a new all-time high.
Rivian is?
Yes, sir. Sitting
my
at
goodness, they came
1784.
out.
Look at the trend on that from the
Oh,
morning
it's not an
session.
all-time high, bro.
Oh, it's not?
No, it just broke the 52-week high. The
Ah.
all-time high in Rivian's $179. It's on the IPO release. It was the worst IPO in the history of IPOs, and so you got to go back a little bit of time. But yeah, it's got
I
some work to
see
do.
now.
It's great move, great 52-week breakout. I want to chase it here, but
Jeez,
definitely
yeah.
on the radar for like a swing trade off a pullback.
Yeah, that's I didn't realize that 179.47 was the open or
Dude,
highest.
that IPO when it came out, like I had a ton of questions on Rivian coming out because it was kind of hot. The electric companies were kind of getting some love there, and I was like, dude, overhyped IPO. They're going to price this one to the moon. I have that general philosophy on IPOs, by the way, that the banks overprice everything on an IPO. But Rivian was very, very overpriced on that. Looks like the hates went too far a little bit here. It's a good move coming from the low point. But yeah, you can't see it on the chart because it was like, it hit 179, came right back down, was tanking.
Yeah, it looks like it sold off for like the first 6 months. For like 6 months, it just sold off.
Well, they also came out in 22, and 22 is a really bad year for IPOs in general. It was the last bear market we had. It was the inflation-induced craziness. It was the Fed misunderstanding inflation and doing the whole transitory saga. Hopefully we never repeat that market environment again. Oh wait, we currently are right now. I kid.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Apple looking good here, Jaja. Scam or not, it does look pretty good right here. You guys see the news that sent tech down this morning?
No.
SoftBank dumped their $6 billion NVIDIA position. Yeah, jaw. That's it. And so it created a little bit of spark right in front of the market open. But not I thought it was like, but there was no like sell down. It gapped down, but there was no sell down. And guys, we're talking gaps on Thursday. Gap down, no sell down. That stands out.
I'm excited for that.
More market cap than that, RQ. It's down 2.5% right now. It's on a recovery though. I wonder why SoftBank dumped though, because they own a ton of semiconductors, like a ton. Like I think they're the number one investor in ARM.
Are they?
Is that what it was, Jaw? I assumed it had something to do with OpenAI investment. Yeah, I assumed, but I didn't know that for certain. Doesn't it always have something to do with OpenAI investment? Like if NVIDIA is going to be the AI king, I still have a lot of confidence in AI. If OpenAI is going to be the AI king, I start questioning things. Because I do not believe in Sam Altman. Not a fan. He had an edge. He gave up that edge. He decided to focus on smut. Is what he decided to focus on. Well, if NVIDIA, the AI bubble does burst, we got lots of issues in the market.
It's going to be a major impact.
I have a hard time seeing NVIDIA as a bubble though. Current PE 55 is certainly elevated. Forward PE at 29 with a peg of 1.3. Don't get me wrong, it's mixed, and you can make an argument, but a peg of 1.3 is not bad. No, John, because Sam Altman decides he thinks we all need AI, you know, like we don't get enough smut online anyways. Like now that's where his focus is. Come on, we have a chance to do something amazing here. I had harsher language, but I decided, you know what, let's rein it in a little bit. The bubble won't burst as long as they're spending. As long as CapEx spend is going up, the bubble won't burst. If CapEx spend starts contracting, we should get very concerned very quickly. But CapEx spend is still going up, and as long as CapEx spend is still going up, they're investing in the infrastructure. How can it burst? CapEx spend starts going down, liquidity crisis happens, and selling begets selling. But as of right now, there's too good of an earnings landscape with CapEx spend going up. There's too much growth to really kind of see that. Doesn't mean there's not bubbles in AI. Like there is some bubbles in AI. I don't want to come across as like it's not, like it's a high valuation premium area of the market. If there's no growth, those valuations are not sustainable. Yes, that's how I see it. If there's growth, you can justify the valuation. You can justify paying a higher premium as an investor. But if CapEx goes, you can't justify that as an investor. Like you just can't. You can justify a 30 to 35 average PE ratio that you're paying for in the marketplace if you can get 27 to 28% growth, which is what AI is pumping out right now. Well, at least at the top leadership is. So if that changes, yeah, we get concerned about valuation very quickly if that changes. That's why, you know, that one metric on CapEx spend is a really important metric. because as long as CapEx spend is going, growth is there. If you don't have CapEx spend, there's no growth in this market. Like all of the growth coming out of this market right now, we just got through earnings season. Not all, I shouldn't say all, but a majority of the growth coming out of the market right now is on the tech side, is on the AI side. So, and that's all CapEx spend. Well, but we're talking about it, you know what I mean? So I love the questions, honestly, because it can be a complicated environment to understand, especially when you're talking about the fundamental side. And so I love these questions, and I love this conversation, honestly.
I think it's great conversation questions too, because it brings up like what the early warning signs would be and where would we first see an indication that there could be trouble in paradise, and we would want to not be holding anything, you know, not be the last one holding the bag. And
if next quarter, let's say, next earnings quarter, because they announce these things in earnings. And so next earnings season, if we see CapEx spend go down, I will guarantee you we're going to entertain a correction in the S&P 500. And we will be talking about that next quarter. That's one of the things that I do every single quarter, is break down all of the earnings landscapes, because these are very important questions. They're not important questions if we're just talking about intraday trading level to level. But if you're talking about, you know, position trades out there and investments out there, these are very important to understand. There's no doubt about that. But as of right this very second, I do see some elevated areas of the AI space. I think it would be foolish to suggest otherwise. But as long as the market will always overcome a valuation concern if they have a growth argument to get behind. And right now, the easiest growth argument out there is CapEx spend. As long as CapEx spend, which is capital expenditures, it's similar to research and development. As long as these companies are investing in CapEx, which is the AI infrastructure, which is the smart reactors, which is the utility build out, which is all of that, then, well, there's one of the best earnings sites is FactSet. And so not every week during the off season, but every week during the season, we get FactSet, and it's, I'll put it down here. It's actually a publicly traded company, but it's called FactSet. FactSet is a website that publishes a very detailed earnings assessment that will break down kind of the macro numbers, what sectors are doing. And that's where I get a lot of my earnings analysis from. The macro side of it is FactSet. I love them. I think they're absolutely fantastic. But I only use them on the earnings side because that's what they're really, really good at. And so FactSet does that in fact, I'll find their latest. It's just a PDF you can download. It's free. So like every Friday, for example, I will just Google FactSet earnings update is what I'll Google. And the first link that should come up is called the earnings insight from FactSet. And I'll download it here. Actually, Riz, I'm just going to share my screen real quick if you don't mind. Just to kind of show.
No, not at all. Go right ahead. The screen that you can share whenever you like.
That is right. We can do multiples.
Yes,
so basically, this is what their update is every single week. So here's kind of their key metrics, kind of what the scorecard is. 91% of companies have reported earnings, which basically means we're done with earnings season, because you got about 10 to 15% of the S&P will report off season. Like we get Walmart and Nvidia next week, they're off season reports. So 90% of the space is reported. 82% of companies are reporting positive EPS surprises. 77% of companies reported positive revenue surprises. That's very, very good, quite frankly. This is the biggest and most important number in the entire conversation. It's called the earnings growth rate. It's the EPS blended growth number. And as long as the EPS blended growth number is up, you never really have an issue with earnings season. And so you see this graph right here, blended EPS growth. I tracked this throughout the quarter. So at the very beginning of the quarter, we were at 7.9% growth. On October 10th, the first week of earnings season, we contracted. That was in the bank week. We contracted down to 7.7%. In Taiwan Semiconductor and Tesla week, we went up to 8.5, we went to 9.2, and then in Max 7 week, we went to 10.7, and then at the end of the earnings season, we achieved 13.1%. This is what you want to see in a very consistent and good earnings season. You want to see constant improvement on the EPS blended growth. Now, the bottom level here is the EPS revenue blended growth. And what blended growth is, guys, is it's the combination of expectations, because every company in the S&P 500 will set forth an expectation for their earnings. And so what the blended growth does is it takes into account 500 different companies at the very beginning of earnings season based on what their stated expectation for earnings is. And then what it does, the blended growth does, is as these companies report earnings, it updates the numbers from the expectation numbers to what the actual real numbers are. And so we were expecting 7.9% growth this quarter, and we actually got 13.1% growth this quarter. And out of all of that 13.1% growth, over 50% of that entire growth came from the Max 7 company. And so when we talk about the growth coming out of the Max 7 in the tech space, it's based on what we see out of these conditions, and basically I get them from FactSet. So I just wanted to kind of, update that and kind of show you that a little bit. But it's a really good article. It's deep and detailed. So for those of you that aren't more analytical and whatnot, you probably won't love it, but I certainly do. I'm a big fan of that article FactSet puts out. Or you guys can just rely on me to do it and ask me questions on it, and I'll just tell you what it is. Either one's fine.
How about both? Can we go with both?
Both's good too. Both's
both.
good. Both's good too.
I have a vote. It's both.
Yeah.
Perfect. There's something to your experience also, Coach Matt, that you've been reading these reports for more than a minute, and so you're going to see them faster and know where your eyes should navigate to first and what needs to stand out for the more impact. So that wisdom is something that takes time to learn.
Well, honestly, it does. Living earnings season for 20 years, it'll do that for you. But there's certain numbers that you look at in earnings season because there's so many different forms of analysis. There's so many different techniques, and some people like certain things, other people like other things, but I like to make it simple. And at the end of the day, the only thing I'm trying to answer when I'm looking at the macro earnings side of the equation is earnings a problem or is it a positive? And this earnings season is a positive. It's been a very good earnings season, fourth consecutive quarter above double-digit growth in the market, and that was really propelled by the CapEx spend. And so as these companies, especially the hyperscalers, which are all the Max 7 components, when they announce earnings, a typical earnings update will be EPS, revenue, and guidance. In the hyperscalers, guidance is now CapEx. And so instead of reporting on what they're thinking they're going to be doing from an EPS and a revenue perspective next quarter and next year, they really just tell us what they're going to do on the CapEx side of the equation. So where we get the CapEx numbers is from the guidance reports out of these earnings that the hyperscalers put out there. And the hyperscalers, call them big tech, call them Max 7, call them hyperscalers, they're all referencing the very tippity top of the market, which is all the AI trade right now. NVIDIA, Microsoft, I was about to say Apple, but I want to put them into the AI conversation. You can throw obviously Meta, Google, FactSet free. They do have premium services, but I don't pay for them. But if anybody ever has a question on earnings, guys, don't hesitate to ask. earnings is something I take very, very seriously, both from an individual stock, sector, and a market perspective.
A resident expert here at Blue Sky.
I don't like to use that word.
What? Okay.
But you can say it.
I think
I don't
it's
want to
good
say it. You can say
never
it.
I mean, I did say it, and I believe it, and I'm going to listen to you always. But I think it's powerful to never be complacent, you know, to like always say, I know what I have learned, and I'm continuing to learn, and I think that's powerful. But I think you know phenomenal amounts about this. I'm totally in.
I appreciate that. How do you earn in this market? Sell deep out of the money naked puts. On assets you want to own. Cash flow until you own them. And then flip the script and start selling covered calls and compound that cash flow. That's one way. On earnings, you're not going to like my answer on earnings. Learn how to do a straddle, learn how to do a strangle, do that trade about 4 to 5 weeks in front of the earnings, capture the implied volatility and sell the position before earnings, and then learn how to take advantage of short strangles, debit cons, and inverted butterflies to take advantage of the volatility crush after earnings. See, I got answers, General.
See, that's you proving the expert. I just right there. Bring it in.
Oh, Blas, knock it off. No. You asked a specific question on earnings, and I gave you some specific earnings strategies that are viable to learn how to apply. Did you guys see Steve today?
I wasn't able to catch the whole thing, but it was good.
Yeah, I caught the last 20.
Mhm.
I caught the last 20. That man's got energy.
Cool.
Yeah, I liked it. I don't believe you, Blas. Are you serious? Are you Josh in here? No, I'm asking. I'm truly asking. Awesome. I loved his energy. It's not easy to have that much energy while you're teaching content or explaining trades. I thought he was good. Oh, General, I agree, brother. I took it as such. Sometimes my dry sarcasm doesn't come across as intended.
That's a cool guy to know. Nice.
Well, and now we're going to have some nightly content at Blue Sky. Very excited for those nightly sessions. I believe he's doing both Tuesday and Thursday nightly sessions.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll be popping in for the after
Blas,
hours.
we all repeat the same stories over and over and over, brother. I don't judge for that. I've done enough content. I've said a lot of the same stories as well, so I'm not going to judge that.
Probably good stories.
I don't know what time the Tuesday and Thursday nightly sessions are. I just heard him say he's going to be doing Tuesday and Thursday nightly sessions.
More to come.
Yeah.
They'll be released.
I did love how he was kind of describing to the team about, no, this is a scalp and this is a pattern trade. And I kind of felt like sometimes on Thursdays, I'm like, nope, this is a scalp and this is a day trade. And we talk a lot of the same, a little bit of a different language, but I did really enjoy the scalp versus pattern trader. difference because I do see them differently. Oh, the nightly are he's not going to be doing them here in Discord. Is that accurate, Jaja? Okay. Well, I take back my comment then. We will not be having nightly sessions in the Blue Sky Discord. Not yet.
Maybe down the line I can do both.
Market is just kind of meandering, blah, blah, blah. Come on, make a move here.
Oh, she's been flat for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Hit that resistance and momentum slowed.
It was good to see the Dow pump today, though. I didn't catch any of it, but it was good to see the Dow shore up a little bit. We do have a breadth issue in the marketplace, and when the Dow's outperforming, that improves that a little bit.
That's interesting. Yeah, she was the first one to pump up today. That's why I was really hunting the longs on ES, and NQ fell harder, but Dow popped faster this morning.
Hard.
Yeah.
Hard. Jaja, I'm that kind of hit my head too. I don't know if we're seeing massive rotation from an index to an index, but there's a couple sectors that are very sensitive on the Dow that are starting to really look good. I would say healthcare is one of them. Healthcare is very impactful on the Dow. I would say finance, specifically the big money center banks, but even the regionals are getting a little bit better. They have been a problem child. So you got the big money center banks starting to shore up, and you got healthcare just on fire. Eli Lilly, when Eli Lilly wants to be a juggernaut, they will carry the entire healthcare space. And so I don't know if we're seeing like a standardized rotation from aggressive to defensive. Those are more fear-based bids. I'm not sure we're seeing that. I just think we're getting a little bit of positive mentality on healthcare. That's driving it a little bit. And mind you, healthcare was also one of the top 4 sectors in from an earnings perspective as well. Very, very good earnings season out of the healthcare space, and they got room to run before they get into the all-time highs. So I don't know if we're seeing like a standard sector rotation from aggressive sectors to defensive sectors, or cyclical areas to defensive areas, which is like the traditional sector rotation models. I just think we're seeing a couple sectors out of the Dow that are having a little bit of an impact there, but I don't know if we're seeing like standard rotation yet. Well, if you want to go that far, Anon, I would say if you want to look at the entire market, look at RSP. That'll give you the best understanding of the entire marketplace.
What is that you just said to look at, Matt?
RSP is the equal weighted S&P 500. And so the S&P 500 is weighted towards the top of the market. And so the Mag 7 has an oversized impact on the S&P 500, which means the S&P will trade more in line with the NASDAQ than the other indexes do. And so the S&P and the NASDAQ are like 1A, 1B because of the weighting criteria of the S&P 500, which gives a lot of weight to the top of the market. Whereas RSP equal weights absolutely everything. So when you want to get a good look at what the actual broad market is doing, the S&P is just not a good indication of the general marketplace right now. It's more of the leadership of the market because of the weighting criteria. And so if you want to look at the general market for the last couple months has been neutral because RSP is kind of stuck in a range right now. So SPY is the weighted S&P 500. RSP is the equal weighted S&P 500. Same thing, one's equal weight, one's not. I did hear we're starting to get our first signs of snow around the United States. Has anybody got some snow today? No, we didn't get any, did we?
Still too warm here.
Josh, you got some in New York? Positive you got some? RQ's like, I live in paradise. I don't get ever snow. You lesser human beings that have to deal with snow.
It's beautiful.
I always enjoy the first snowstorm in Utah when everybody forgets that they've driven in snow their entire lives. Oh, nice, LP.
Yeah, I know where you're at.
You know our neck of the woods up here.
I also love Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
It's laid back.
Yeah, it's true. It's beautiful.
Isn't it always like between 75 and 85 where you're at? Aren't you like perfect weather? Yeah. I thought so.
Struggle life right there.
Yeah. We feel bad for you right now.
Yeah, LP Portland is a strong brewery market out here. That's true.
Just keep an eye on, I know we like to live on intraday charts, but keep an eye on the daily chart here, guys. The S&P did catch the 9 EMA here today. It's got a hammer candle. A little bit of a consolidation feel here after yesterday's power move. I don't mind this daily look at all.
Yeah, it's putting a little wick on the top, but it looks like a bullish candle at this point.
As long as it finishes, like as long as we don't see a sell at the close, I will read this daily candle as a bullish indication.
Yep. And the way the support from yesterday held strong this morning on all the indices, whether, and OIM obviously held first and early and consistently, but the other two, dropped a little bit, and that support from yesterday held. So that was a strong sign as well.
I think that's a wonderful point. I think that's a wonderful point, because in these environments, a gap down situation can create a little bit of concern, and it didn't today. Market held firm pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, it tested those levels, but it did not give it up. They were solid. Fine.
How much is gas where everybody's at? 525 RQ? Oh, yeah. That is the drawback of that perfect weather there, brother. 299, Josh? That's not bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's not bad. 365,
I didn't know
89,
what gas
430.
is here.
Not sure.
I think we're around 4 right now.
Yeah, I think we're around like 380.
Yeah, high threes.
I haven't went to a gas station in like a few months. Since it's trippy to it. Since the summer when we went down to South Padre.
I love gas stations. I'd like to have a conversation with the gas station attendant every day.
Have you ever been to a Buc-ee's?
Dude, there's this like red barn that I go down to, local, like a little country store gas station. It reminds me of like old school gas station. So I go there every day to get, cup of coffee, sit down, get a little biscuits and gravy, have a conversation with the old dudes sitting there. It's fantastic.
Nice.
It's a good time.
I don't know what you mean by that, Blas, and I'm kind of nervous. All right, I'm not nervous. I'm happy. Are you getting one, Jaja, or just going to go drive one?
That's exciting.
All right, I have to ask, in or out on the Cybertruck? Let's hear it. In or out? RQ, you're in. Riz, are you in or out on the Cybertruck?
I'm out.
I love Elon. I do. I'm out on the Cybertruck. I'm out on it, but
My kids are in, but we're out. My kids
Yeah.
would lose their mind, but nope.
I've seen a couple cool ones though.
I'm all about the
His
Hummer.
best friend, his dad rented.
You're contrarian, aren't you? Oh, sorry, Becky. Go ahead.
Okay, it made me think of my friend's best friend. There's a whole market for their parents rented a Cybertruck for the best friends and drove them around in the birthday party for like an hour. They were nerded out. It's cute.
I do want to go test drive one. I've never driven one. I'm a truck guy myself. I'm a Toyota Tundra guy through and through.
We're a Jeep family in my house.
Well, okay, I just take it to the store, to the station. I'm with you. I'm not that good, bro. Oh, it's definitely 30 gallons, yeah. Sometimes you're like, really? Okay. BBIO? I am very familiar with your BBIO trade. And the first target would be 69.50, the previous pivot high. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. This one took a little time to get cooking. It had a really good pattern even a week ago. Got confirmed a week ago. Took a little bit of time to get cooking, but I love the look here.
Nice work, Wedgie.
I believe we talked about this one last Thursday. Secondary target. Honestly, I don't think it's too much north of 70. I'm thinking 71 and a half, 72. Unfortunately, the earnings analysis threw a wrench into the potential average yield, but I would say low 70s here, 72. Maybe get up into 75. But I think if you get 72 here, you're happy. By the way, that's a pattern I really like, is the gap out on earnings pullback that establishes a new support level right off the 9 EMA. Like I'm a big fan of that pattern. By the way, another one I talked about last Thursday. Schlumberger's attempting to break out here. Halliburton's attempting to break out. They're pulling back after a power move earlier today, but they're both attempting to make a run here. I could definitely do that, brother.
Right?
Yeah, I could get down. Yeah, I could do it. Yeah.
The coolest thing about it would be so quiet. Horrible issues at the Hummer EV. There's always issues in the first run. Look at the Porsche Cayenne, it was the same thing. You got to give it like the second gen, and then they start working
is
out
mean
all the
looking.
kinks. Yeah.
I've seen one. I don't know what it was on the Rivian, but I saw a Rivian on the street the other day that looked amazing.
I got a couple of neighbors with Rivians. And I got one neighbor down the block actually has a Lucid. That thing is nice. The Lucid is really pretty.
make Rivian, Lucid. They make some sleek vehicles for certain. I'm trying to think of that other company that came out. They came out same time Rivian came out, but it was basically a scam. And
Bollinger.
they basically told all their investors that they were taking in all this money on pre-orders, and they hadn't even designed the truck yet. It wasn't Neo. No,
it wasn't Neo. No.
It definitely wasn't Datsun there, Blonde. No.
They changed their name to Bollinger. Is Tip in here? Tip will remember. It was a penny stock for a while that we traded.
Yeah.
Either. Oh, what was it?
The guy, the CEO of the company was a Utah, and he's
Mullen.
hated. It was Nikola. It was. The one I'm thinking about was Nikola. Yeah.
That's messed up.
Now there's a couple others in the space that
Yeah.
similar, but oh, Tip, this guy was a big sleazeball. Lie. Do you guys know the famous investor Michael Burry? The Big Short guy?
Not well.
He came out and said he's got massive short positions against Palantir and NVIDIA. He came out and said that they are fraudulently scamming the market through their financial records. And his argument is this, and I want to get you guys' take on the argument because I felt it was fascinating. The argument is this: they're making their products stay consistent too long. Yeah, Tip. Yeah, he was the subprime guy who shorted the market. Yeah, that's where he made his that's where he made his claim to fame, was shorting the subprime meltdown. And he deserves the fame. Like that was a big boy trade. Went against the market, like literally went against the entire marketplace. He deserves a lot of credit for that, but I don't agree with him this time. I think he's speaking book, and he's taking it on the chin, big time. Tip, the argument is based on the depreciation of the assets. They're keeping the assets on the market too long, and thus they're fraudulently inflating their financials. That's his argument. He's light on details right now. He said he's doing something like in a week and a half from now. I don't know what it is, but he said he's going to come out with more details in a week and a half from now. Kind of feel I already know his opinion. The Kaloshi? I'm not familiar with that one, Blas. I am familiar with the Kobayashi one. I think we're talking the same one. Yeah. Yeah. The big Twitter guy? Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Kobayashi's short though. I'm pretty sure they're long. No, Tip, believe me, I'm on that same, like, I have a lot of questions for OpenAI on this, because there is some of the OpenAI pledges $100 billion to this company. This company's going to take the $100 billion and pledge it to this company. This company's going to take the $100 billion and pledge it to this company. And it's like all of a sudden everybody's like, oh my goodness, there's like $1 trillion of this going on. It's like, no, they're just funneling $100 billion to each other. Like there is some of that going on. And it's hard. It can be difficult to see the forest through the trees on that one. Hence another reason why I'm kind of souring on Sam Altman. I don't want to say kind of. I am absolutely souring on Sam Altman. Oh, it's been going around for a while, Jaja, but it's really been the last 6 weeks has kind of been outlandish on this. Like 300 billion here, 300 billion there, 100 billion here, and it's like, man, I kind of feel like they're talking the same way Trump talks about these international deals, like $18 trillion coming home. Really? And I am a believer in the AI build out, guys. Like I believe it's a real thing. Like I'm a supporter of it, but there's some nonsense going on in some circles of it. And the rotating of 100 to 300 billion across the board on all of these 10 companies is kind of like, yeah, but it's really only 100 billion total. Jaja, when was the SEC not sleeping? Like last one too. Last one too. Like I forget the guy's name that ran the SEC last time. Gingler? Was it Gingler?
Gary.
He sat on his ass for 2 years. Gensler, thank you. He sat on his ass for 2 years waiting on crypto ETFs to get approved, while simultaneously allowing 4 times leverage on financial products. The guy's an idiot. So, okay, my criticism is towards Gensler, not towards the administration, but was not a fan at all. I did see that, Jaja. But I'm not even sure they have an SEC right now. Like, I just had specific criticism for Gensler last time, but I'm not even sure they have one right now.
Balances in 1 minute.
Oh, what are you gonna buy with the 2K dividend check, boss? Nice. Good answer.
Is that per
Good
person?
I don't think it's universal, but I'm not even sure it's gonna be a check. Besson came out on the news yesterday and said it could just be tax rebates or cooked into the tax. Like, I don't think it's a real thing, honestly. And if it is a real thing, I definitely believe it's the Terra payout, because I do believe the Supreme Court has ruled against him. So, a lot of smoke. I'm not sure how much fire there. Isn't that the entire United States government and IOU? Tipped. Thank you. Thank you. Speak it into the rafters. Yell it into existence. Get on a mountain and scream, and I'll join you, brother. I wonder if those dudes will listen to us. That's what they're going to say, Blas. Lame.
Don't forget we got earnings
And
tonight.
Dow is not stopping here, guys. My goodness. Pump some more. Go. No wick day for the Dow. Becky, you got your lab coming up here in about 10 minutes. What you going to be talking about today?
I do. Yes, we are going to talk all about the topic of tilt.
Going on tilt?
Yeah. Probably no one's heard of it, but it's the thing that happens sometimes for traders.
I've been on tilt before.
Yeah.
I was tilted this morning.
I've been on tilt a few different times.
I feel like
it's such a good conversation. I'm so looking forward to your conversation on it because it's a very important topic.
It is, and I think we've definitely experienced it. It's not going to be, everyone can go to the pit in their stomach and experience it just talking about it, but I think the more we shed light on a thing and think about how to avoid it in the future it just helps a little bit. Every little bit helps.
And judges, how to tilt is take 3 losing trades in a row and say F it and put your whole account on the next 4th trade. That's how you go on tilt.
Hey, isn't that what
This is
everyone
martingale
wants?
it.
Papa.
By the way, the gambling mentality is when you are going in a losing streak, you cut position size down. When you're going on a winning streak, you increase position size. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop talking, Tipped.
Chime in anytime.
Is that also diamond hands? Is that also diamond hands and going to the moon? Is that
Definitely.
Oh, it's the martingale strat. The martingale strat. You double, then you double again, and you double one more
again.
time. Yeah. So when
and if you
win,
double 7 times,
and that's like a 14x win.
I had a blackjack player come to me one time. They were not a blackjack player. They just thought they were. But they're like, yeah, my system is I start with a very small sum and I have 7 bet strategy that I'll increase my position throughout 7 bets. And the odds state I will never lose 8 in a row. How long did it take this gentleman to lose 8 in a row? 1 day, 2 days, or 10 days?
Probably like 8 minutes.
It was 1 day and he lost a stack. Bam, gone.
Wow.
And I laughed. I did. He was my quant for about 5 minutes on the blackjack table. I was having fun.
That guy should be my quant.
All right, take your first trade. You take it very small. You just take a mini, guys. On the second trade, if you lose the first trade, you're going to double up your position size. By the 7th trade, you're going to have about 36 different lots, and you're never going to lose. Yeah, makes sense. Let's go.
You guys are setting me up perfect. Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
But no, but don't.
It never comes down. It's like gold. Are you serious, Anon? I'm the worst craps player of all time. I don't. Roulette, I can't. I'm too analytical. I stare at that little white ball going, I just can't. But I am legitimately a terrible craps player. I'm a good poker player, but I'll go win a poker and I'll go lose it all at craps. No, Josh, I don't like gambling at all. I don't gamble with anything other than just play money. Why gamble when you can trade?
Yeah.
Although every now and then I see a polymaker odds that is just stupid. And if a bad line exists, a bad line exists. But the answer, Josh, is you won it. other than just having fun.
Well,
Are
Robinhood
they?
has been doing that. Webull is doing that as well. I've traded the event contracts on Robinhood before, like during the games and stuff.
I've never
It's
done
kinda
that. How
cool.
is it on Robinhood?
It's not bad. The spreads are a little hard to get your head around because everything is based on a dollar. So, you just have to kind of wait and see how the games play and stuff. Usually what I like to do is I'll wait for a game that I kind of see gets one-sided towards the third quarter, so I can see the event contracts get to like 12, 13 cents, and I'll start buying if I have confidence that the other team will catch up and win. So usually
So
by the third
basically,
quarter.
you play the poly market odds the exact same way you play zero DTE options.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm serious, like the exact same way. Like I wait on a reversal and I think it's going to reverse, and I buy an out of the money option that's going to hit big. Like I love Riz. I love it. I love it so much. It's so true too. Both styles are so good.
Yeah, it reduces your risk, and I've actually made a lot of money on the events on the games doing that. And the cool thing about it with Robinhood is you can use your trade money for it. So if you got money that's settled, you can use that money and then, trade events.
We need a poly market event gambling channel in Blue Sky.
We could actually make one. The laws and the licenses for that, for like a social casino, are very lax and don't cost a lot.
That's nice. Let's get our heads working on this one, Riz.
In Texas,
Because I thought it was money in the bank betting on the government shutdown lasting more than 14 days.
Right.
I think that was money in the bank too, Jaja.
Mm-hmm. Nah, social casinos throughout the U.S. Varies by state to state. There's a couple of states that don't, like California, New York, obviously Vegas, I believe Colorado, New York. Those are some states that you can. And there's even like regular casinos you could play. Like you could do like Shuffle US, State US. They're legal here in the States. It's a little kind of funky the way how they do it.
Sounds like we got a resident gambling expert here.
I do gamble all day, all night. So I do gamble a lot. I don't know how. I don't even know how. Funny story is a year and a half. Well, okay.
Selling into the club, by the way. Slightly.
Definitely. Well, we're at the last minute of the bell. Look at that. But yeah, I don't gamble.
That could be one of the events that we discuss on a day in, day out basis. I could see some insider trading on this one, though, RQ.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, guys.
Here's your bell. Port.
I don't know if that's true or not, but it would not surprise me. It's legit. Barron Trump, the 19-year-old kid, is on the board of Kalashi. Really? Whoa.
Let's see.
I'm sure he brings a lot of valuable knowledge and experience in the space.
See if we can find something on the interwebs about it.
I am excited for Becky. No, Becky's going to be talking in her lab stream. It's right under. You got Kimry's, and then you got Coach Matt, then you got Coach Becky, then you got the trading with Steven. Let's all kind of migrate to Coach Becky's room.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right, Coach Matt. We've got Becky's live lab coming up here in just a few minutes.
See you guys there.
See you there, Becky.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That actually was posted on Kalish's company news. Donald Trump Jr. has actually been named as their strategic advisor. But that's old news.
Yeah.
But thank you for joining me, and thanks to all of our other great coaches. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream and the class from Steven, and look forward to seeing you all in Coach Becky's class. Like I said, we'll be in our Discord for those of you watching on YouTube, Kick, and X, and Apple TV. Don't forget, you guys can catch my daily levels here in the morning pre-market. So make sure you jump in the Discord for those. Hey, thank you, General. Always a pleasure, team. Always a pleasure. Thank you all for showing up. I will see you all tomorrow. Fantastic day. Don't forget, we got a few earnings. Let's see what happens in the after-hour session. Those pajama traders, don't forget, there is a Senate vote tonight to reopen the government. So we shall see. Will we rip or will we dip? I don't know, but we'll find out tomorrow in the morning session. Again, thank you all. Have a fantastic day and good luck in the market, team.